Greetings and welcome. Welcome to the mat. Welcome to practice. Excited to be back and in vibrant health after that week of COVID and then feeling tired for a week, backpacking for a week in very strenuous conditions, and just feeling super strong and excited to be back and share practice. I do have a funny little knee thing going on from carrying a lot of weight downhill, I think. So I'll be giving a little attention to a knee thing. Besides that, we're hips and shoulders today, and also looking at practicing a familiar sequence, something that just really gets into all the parts that you can do just 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes every day, and that just really shifts your physiology, helps you stay feeling fresh and powerful. And so, yeah, that's the sketch of where we're headed, and then we'll see where the muse takes us. So make your way to the cat. Maybe try not to sit in the cat. Sorry, baby. Hey, sorry. And any comfortable seat. A little gift. There you go. Okay. Cat duties attended to. Any comfortable seat. Get your wiggles out. And begin to move towards a kaya stadium, a relative stillness. Give a little press down into the earth. Lift your heart to the sky. And as you feel comfortable to, close your eyes and draw your awareness inward to your inner landscape. Observe the breath moving through you. Deepen and lengthen the breath along the spine. And let that spinal breath just inform you about your location in space. Maybe settle back a bit. Get the base of the skull right over the base of the spine, shoulders over ribs and hips, ears over shoulders. Become very present for the movement of the breath. The path the breath takes through the body, turning into the many paths the breath takes through the body. The sensations that arise as the breath moves through center and outward. And the way those sensations with the exhale just melt away or change. I want to invite you to imagine your body, the earth, your seat here, wide at the base and lifting up to the crown, like a mountain, part of a mountain range where we widen at the base that flows out into the earth, and we can sense the beings around us and those we practice with, their own mountains, part of this earth and mountain range with us. Maybe can continue with this mountainous meditation here and Sense your circulation, blood and lymph and all the fluids, like rivers and streams around and through your mountain. Your breath, like the wind, moving through and around this mountain that you are. And your mind, the sky, the wide, open, vast sky. You cannot see the ends of it nor the beginnings of it. Open to your big sky mind. And in this meditation of sky mind and mountain earth body, we might notice the thoughts and emotions, even the sensations that arise as weather, and clouds moving through, rain, different temperatures, sun, a sense of spacious openness in the great sky mind, with phenomena arising, coalescing, dissoluting. Sense the steadiness of your physical form and the open spaciousness of your expansive self, your sky mind, your spirit. And in this, simply observe the movement of the wind, and the vibrations made from your heartbeat, your circulation, the rivers, the streams. Noticing whatever thoughts or emotions arise, just like the breath, simply arising within this spacious sky. Simply arising on your hillsides and flowing away, melting away, returning. In this way, we don't try to push any thoughts away or attach or complete any thoughts. Just notice, like a bird flying through our sky, like a cloud passing over the peak of our mountain. Just notice the movement from your place of steadiness and expansive openness, just noticing. And especially if the mind gets busy, or maybe just because it helps to focus, engage the ujjayi breath and really bring your attention even more to the breath and the way it moves through and around your earth body. Hear the sound of the breath and imagine it washing through any areas of tension or busyness. Whatever is arising, becoming fully present and experienced and simply flowing back away. Let's attempt to stay with or return to that, excuse me, ujjayi breath throughout the practice. And for a moment here, let's move into the ujjayi breath, from the ujjayi breath into the bee's breath or Brahmari. So invoking the remembering of all the little things, all the flowers on your hillside, all the unfurling ferns, all the hum of the insects pollinating and perpetuating the blossoming and growth of all the things that benefit and delight your hillsides, that hold it together, the trees. By invoking a pollinator, Brahmari, the bees, with your breath, if you will, let's take 3 rounds of that NG, like the end of the Om. As you do, lift the pelvic floor, navel slightly, tip of the tongue and eyes to third eye center to really channel that breath up and try to vibrate the third eye center and just open the mind a bit. If you are on your moon cycle, then you do want to let things flow down and out a bit more so we don't lift the pelvic floor very strongly during moon time. Exhale and empty. Inhale into the heart of your mountain. Notice the subtlety and effect of vibration still resonating even after you stop. And I invite you to move slowly, like you're moving through honey or fields of delicate flowers. And let's come to our feet. So take your time coming to your feet. You might pause in a forward fold with the knees really bent first and play with lifting and spreading the toes and rocking from heels to toes. And see that your feet are fairly parallel. Hug the earth with your toes and pull them towards the heels. Feel inner and outer ball of the foot, inner and outer heel rooted, and the center outside of the foot anchoring there and supporting a strong lift of the arch. Root down into that earth body, press down and lift from there. Arches up, strength up, lifting kneecaps without locking the knees, lifting quadriceps, lifting navel, and root to rise. Take your time pressing down and rolling on up to stand. Again, keep that awareness of the feet. And let's just take Tadasana for a moment, fully strong mountain pose. So hands open, facing forward, shoulders on the back, tail down, knees soft, navel lifted, heart lifted, ears in line with shoulders, head lifted. Feel yourself part of this beautiful planet, affected as she is by all the weathers, these human weathers of thoughts and feelings. Whatever wants to be seen, moved, or changed today, may this practice serve that adventure, that aliveness, that healing and springing for your body mind. Follow any inhale to open the arms wide, like you're just gathering up the sky, gathering up the energy of space, that cosmic life energy that moves the planets, and draw it down through your mind, down through your heart, and connecting your sky self down to your earth self, just energetically there. A few more breaths, inhaling, gathering up the energy of the cosmos, life force that moves the planets, and drawing it through your mind, space, through your mind and heart. Moving with the breath again, strong feet, self to knees, strong core, gathering up the sky and drawing it down through you, back to the earth. Feeling yourself both earth and sky, finite and infinite. One more time. The next time you move through, we will rest at the heart. Take pause. Press into the hands at the heart and breathe any word, mantra, or image of intention. What would you choose to focus on for your practice today? And direct the energy of your practice to. See it, breathe it. May it be for the greatest good for yourself, all those around you. May it ripple out. May all beings benefit. May all beings be joyous and free. Big inhale, interlace your hands. And as you exhale, let's press the palms forward and pull your navel back around through the spine. Follow your inhale to press the palms up to the sky and wiggle up out of the waist. And inhale there as you exhale, side bend and turn your face down. Empty out. Inhale, press the sky. Exhale, side bend, face down. Again, each side. Really get tall in the center and full with breath. Inhale up and center, Kali Mudra. So first fingers together, palms together, and reach the arms up and squish your pretty little head with your upper arms. Inhale, reach and squeeze, squeeze. And exhale, flow down. Let's interlace the hands behind you. Press down into the sacrum. Push in. Use that pressing to bounce the elbows and shoulders together on the back and lift your heart. Breathe there as you stretch wide across the wings of the heart. Stay there or pull the hands further down. Long neck and shoulder connection. Bright lift of the heart, and start to bring in whatever edge of back bend feels good for you, as long as you're really engaged in the core here. And big breath in. As you exhale, let's lead with the heart forward. Forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you need both of them, and then we'll focus on each. So bend the right knee deeply and pull the hands to the right. Look under the left shoulder, relax your neck. Inhale here as you press strongly into that left foot. Exhale, bend the left knee, pull the hands to the left, and push the right leg straight and strong. Inhale there as you breathe bright, that right side body, and exhale through center. Follow your breath, side to side again. And then go ahead and release the hands down, bend into the knees. You might heel toe the feet wider here and sink into Malasana, yogic squat. Your elbows could be up on the thighs if that's what's needed, or down low. Press the thighs wide and use that press also to lift your heart, shoulders down the back. Big breaths here. In the nose, out the mouth, or just a regular ujjayi in the nose and out. Soften the jaw and tongue as you breathe the hips open. Inhale, interlace your hands, press and rise up, paralleling the feet as you come up. Press to the sky again. You might wiggle up out of the waist, get as tall as you can. There's your inhale as you exhale, side bend and turn your face down. Inhale, press and reach up. Exhale, other side. Let's go again, each side. Inhale, flip the palms together, fingers up, and squeeze your head with the upper arms. Exhale, fly the arms down, clasp the hands behind you, pull on that clasp of the hands, squeeze the shoulders, lift the heart. Any breathful edge of back bend, there is core engagement here. Soft jaw and tongue. Stay here as you like, or strong feet. Lift those arches, knees, quads, navel, and reach the heart forward, bow in. You could bend the knees a lot here and move more towards a squat if it is moon time for you and it doesn't feel good to be in a forward fold. And just moving the hips in the womb a little lower, still working with that downward flow of energy. Otherwise, a little more hamstrings here. Bend the right knee deeply. Pull to the right. You could even go into the squat early if this is forward folding thing is not for you on any given day, including like if you just ate or something or ate too recently, the upside downs are not feeling good. You can still get some good stretching in with the rest of this sequence. All the rest of it is fine to do. Once you're even on both sides, come on down, Malasana. So an option instead of that side to side for moon time, or if you've just eaten and you're like, oh, I can't do any yoga because I ate again, then everything else in this sequence works except for the, sorry about that, I'm gonna put it down. Here's an option. Use that right hand, press wide, so an add-on or an option. Left arm up, inhale, open. Exhale, flow down, press wide, right arm up, inhaling open, and exhaling down and switching side to side. And so once you're even on both sides there, we'll come back to center. We'll do the sequence one more time. But just notice how it's really getting all parts. Like there's some core work involved. There's definitely some hips, spine, side bodies, shoulders. It's all happening. So even if you can only do this one little sequence, you know, anytime you've been sitting a long time or just as soon as you get out of bed, inhale, interlace, press and rise. Parallel the feet, come up tall. Really stretch tall with a full breath at the top and exhale, side bend, face down. Notice it might be getting a little softer. You might go in a little deeper though. There. And other side. Follow your breath up. And we'll flow the arms down, just going once each time this time. And inhale, interlace. Open heart. Could just be the shoulders pressing down into the sacrum or any edge of back bend. And exhale, reaching the heart forward, bow in, clasp the hands overhead, relax the neck. Bend the right knee, pull the hands to the right, push that left leg straight and strong. Inhale. Exhale, bend the left knee, pull the hands to the left, push the right leg straight and strong. Inhale. Exhale, release to center, Malasana, yogic squat. Simply restful or press that right thigh wide. Add some twist here, left arm open, other side. All that. And then, of course, you could be done. That could be it. And you're like, all right, I did some yoga today, feeling pretty good. Or suddenly you realize you've got so much more energy because you did that little bit. And if indeed that is the case, possibly you want to lift the knees really high at the front of the mat and squeeze the knees onto the triceps, claw the fingertips. And even if it's not a day for inversions or flying for you, just the lifting high of the knees here on the balls of the feet, pressing these into triceps and resisting with the arms, that's going to be some core work and can also be great lower back release. So with that, or keep clawing the fingertips, lift the hips and look forward and shift forward and look forward and shift forward until the feet get so light they just come up. So there's no hopping, there's no forcing, there's just a straight arm, leg squeeze, shifting forward, slow and steady until the feet are very light and pull them together. Maybe pulse in and out of that a few times or stay just in the squeeze. I'm going to go in one more time and then from a crow or crane pose, I'm going to hop or step back into plank. Plank pose, top of a push-up. Strong hands, strong core, as much as you can, just like in Tadasana, find that alignment. Ears, shoulders, ribs, hips in alignment. Tilt the pelvis so the tail reaches out through the heels, navel towards the face. Inhale, shift forward as you exhale, slow and steady. Lower all the way down to the earth. Please lower the knees if you need to. If you feel any collapsing or it's something you have to do really fast so that you can do it, lower the knees until you condition in that strength. And then on all four, not all fours here, but snake in cobra, legs close together and push into the earth. Pubic bone and sacrum really root. You could take a moment to roll the shoulders around, the jaw, the tongue. And then when you're ready, pull with the hands, elbows, and shoulder blades down the back. Point through the toes, press into pubic bone and sacrum, and inhale, open into cobra. Drag your heart forward as you exhale, lower down. You're welcome to just stay up in the pose or pulse in and out. Really try to play with how much strength you can give into the squeeze of the legs and the press down of the legs, pubic bone, sacrum here, and how that makes the lift much lighter. So you barely need your hands at all there. You can even play with coming down just partway here. Lift the hands, squeeze and lift the legs. Lower the legs, lower the hands, open cobra. Lower partway, squeeze legs, lift hands. Locust, moving with your breath. And the next time you lower down, let's get into the shoulders a little more. So we'll open the elbows wide to the sides here, fingertips under the elbows. Long, strong legs. Roll the shoulders onto the back and inhale, open. And exhale, spiral. Right shoulder down, turn and look over the left shoulder. Inhale, open center. Exhale, spiral, reaching the other shoulder down. Let's move with the breath, side to side. And take your time. Once you're even on both sides, we'll come back to center. Lower down and press on back, child's pose. Toes together, knees wide in child's pose. Press the hips back and breathe your lower back. Maybe a little wiggle wag of your tail there. Inhale, stretch the arms out in front of you. Spread the fingers out, hands as wide as the shoulders. Exhale, pull from the navel, from the hands, and roll on up onto all fours. On all fours, see that your wrist creases are fairly parallel. Your first finger points kind of straight up there. Bend the elbows ever so slightly and scoop them towards one another. Wrap the shoulders away from each other. Feel some space come in there and melt the heart into the space. Turn the toes under. Inhale. And as you exhale, lift up and back, down dog. Try to keep the shoulders that same way. Notice for lots of us, the shoulders roll in as we come into down dog. So you could even come back to all fours or just come forward a little bit, bend the elbows and scoop them, melt the heart, and kind of lift the head of the humerus, the upper arm bone up so the armpits are hollowed out. And move back just till the ears are in line with the shoulders. Hips pull back and feet strong on the earth. Maybe here you play with lifting and spreading your toes and root them down, lift the heels. Root the heels down, see if you can lift and spread the toes. And it may be that the heels don't reach the earth and that you can't actually lift the toes, but bend the knees as much as you need and just see about that pulsation of activating toes and lifting from the core to get the heels up. Maybe notice if you lift the heels up more, suddenly you can lower them a little more and ground in. Breathful here in down dog. Hold steady as you like. Just one more breath cycle. Inhale and stretch back. Exhale, bend deep into the knees and empty of breath, hop or step forward. At the front of the mat, inhale, hop forward, and exhale and bow in. Hug muscles to bones, feet to the earth, root to rise, roll or fly up. Take your time at the top. Open wide and gather up and center in. Feel your heartbeat, your breath, your aliveness. Again, a little vinyasa there, a familiar sequence. So that's 2 chunks. You could do just one, you could do both, but notice your body and how you feel, and your body mind. How's the weather around your mountain right now? How's the energy of your mountain? How is the sky? You still sense that open sky mind in the way that life is just arising and flowing away through it. Ujjayi breaths. Hug to midline. Pour the weight into the right foot. Slide the left foot up the inseam. Let's bring the elbows to tuck into the knee here. Inhale. And as you exhale, try to keep that connection to core and push that left heel way back. And let's pulse that. You could just hold it if you'd prefer, or pulse that. Squeeze and tuck in. Inhale there as you exhale, keeping that connection to core. Press back. Moving with the breath. A couple more. One last time, really lengthen out as you press back as much as you can from head to heel. Inhale, and as you exhale this time, bend the standing knee and step way, way back, high lunge. Bring the hands to the hips and square the hips up. Squeeze the inner thighs together like they've got big magnets on them. And make like you're trying to spin those inseams back, but keep the middle knee and the middle toes in alignment. There's a squeeze of your glutes here, so you're wrapping the psoas and toning the glute muscles. Press the hips down and lift up out of the waist. Squeeze elbows and shoulders on the back. Sink deep into that front knee, right over the ankle. If it goes forward of it, maybe the back foot can go back further, or just for more stretch if it's still breathful. Stay here as inspired, flow the arms up and hook thumbs or clasp hands and pull in whatever hold you've got. Use that pull to squeeze the shoulders on the back and keep squeezing those inner thighs together, squeezing your glutes. Deep, full breaths. You could turn this into any edge of back bend, zipping up through the navel, through the core. Back knee could bend even to tilt the tailbone down, pelvis forward, heart lifts to the sky. Breathe, wide open sky heart. And exhale, hands down, back heel down, interlace the hands again, open heart to surge forward from the back foot through the heart and bow in. You could rest on the front thigh or dive all the way in. Let the clasp of the hands come overhead, relax the neck. Make sure the back foot is strongly hugging the earth and the muscles on the back leg are active, but the knee is soft. Make sure it has a little bounce there. Lift the clasp of the hands to the sky and then overhead as far as you can towards the earth. Relax the neck. Give the head a little nod or roll around. Stay there, or at any point you could flow the hands or forearms down inside the front leg. Pivot up on the ball of the back foot and lizard lunge. Pull the feet towards one another. Squeeze those inner thighs together again. Give a little squeeze to the glutes so you feel lots of muscular energy here. Give yourself that big, big hug. Hips, muscles to bones. And then as it feels right, melt within the squeeze and hug of that container. And maybe pulse back knee up and down, or maybe shift the pose forward and back a little bit. Maybe you can soften the heart into the pose a little or a lot more. How's your jaw, your tongue, your breath? Try to return to that meditation, earth body, sky mind, all the elements and the weathers moving through. That fire at your center, like the molten core of the earth, that strength of your will, of your core power. And let's come up onto the hands, squeeze to the core, step that right foot back, plank. You could rest in child's pose if you like, or strong core in plank. Again, find that nice steady alignment, the fullness of your breath, soft heart. And inhale, shift forward. And as you exhale, lower to earth or chaturanga. Inhale up, dog or cobra. Really find the fullness of your breath there. As much squeeze of shoulders on the back and lift of heart forward as you can. You could always move back into or through child's pose here, or just back to downward dog. Exhaling, drawing back and breathing. Stretch out here and down dog or child's pose. Maybe find that little bend of the elbows and the wrap of the shoulders away from the ears. Relax the neck. Inhale and lengthen back, strong core. Exhale and bend deep into the knees, empty of breath. Upper step forward. Inhale at the front, half forward. And exhale and fold. Hug muscles to bones. Root to rise and roll or fly up. Take your time at the top. Open wide and gather up. And pause in center. Breathe your heart. Your heart's yes, I am. Strong feet, soft knees, strong core and lift of the heart, soft shoulders, ease in the low back. Hug into that strong mountain self. Root in through that left foot, soft left knee, and pull the right foot up. Sliding up the inseam can be helpful. And then let's tuck elbows to knees with the prayer hands. Inhale here as you really squeeze and imagine plugging into your power center. And then from that center, shining out, reach through the heel, reach through the head, a long, long spine. And follow the breath. Come on back in, tuck, inhale. Exhale, press through. One last time. Inhale, and as you exhale, step way, way back. Find your footing. And square the hips up. Press them down. Really make like there's big magnets on those inner thighs and squeeze them together. Push the hips down, lengthen up out of the waist. Elbows and shoulders on the back. Front knee deep. Right over the ankle. Squeeze the glutes. So you're wrapping the psoas and you feel the strength in the outer hips. Bend into that front knee till it's right over the ankle. If you feel like you've got a little more room to stretch there, maybe shine that back foot back more. Soft jaw and tongue. Stay here. Lots of muscular and core action in the legs and core. Yeah, that. And then arms up when you're ready. Maybe hook the thumbs or clasp the hands. Maybe opposite thumb on top as last time. And pull on whatever hold you've got. Pull, pull, and use that pull to squeeze your shoulders. You could bend the back knee and tilt the pelvis forward. You can zip up pubic bone to heart and just find whatever breathful edge of back bend is right for you here. Please stay as you like or flow out gracefully, maybe. Back heel down, arms down, squeeze shoulders, open heart, squeeze legs, push into the outside of the back foot and reach your heart forward. From there, dive in. Keep that hug of the inner thighs. Strong feet on the earth, lots of muscular action in the legs. Really feel the strength of your earth body today. Invoking the power of mountains and granite cliff sides in our poses from the feet up. And then we breathe in the softness of the waters flowing, the softness of the breath flowing. Stay in that working the hands up overhead towards the earth, or at any point melt hands or forearms down, pivot up on the back heel. Maybe your stance gets even longer. Come on inside that front leg. Again, at first here, let's really engage this muscularly today. So squeeze the inner thighs, pull the feet towards one another, squeeze the glutes, and then softly melt there. Soft jaw, soft tongue. Melt the heart down into the strong container you're making. And then you can play with where else it might feel good to melt. Maybe soften the knee down and release some of that strong hug. Maybe the strong hug is what's best for you. Some of us are more flexible in the hips, need to work the strength. Some of us very tight or strong in the hips and not a lot of flexibility. So we do want to all of us, give ourselves the hug in, the strong container. And then within that, determine what's right for each of us as far as softening goes. Last breath or two here. Stay as you like. When you're ready, come up onto the hands. Lift the back knee, squeeze to the core, soft heart. Inhale as you exhale. Step back, plank. Inhale, strong core plank. Again, find that alignment. Lower the knees if you need to. Shift forward into chaturanga or the earth. Exhale completely and really find that inhale as fully as you can in up dog or cobra. Stay there longer or move back, down dog or child's pose. I'm going to take a pause in child's pose. Pressing the hips back, give the hips a little wiggle wag whether you're in down dog or child's. That is a great thing. Soften the neck and the jaw. Breathe. Your yes. Inhale, active hands, toes under, come on up, down dog, and let's walk into forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you need, hug in or root to rise, and roll or fly up. Take your time at the top, open wide, and gather up and center in. Feel your heartbeat, your breath, your aliveness. Again, imagine all of this energy, just the aliveness of the planet and the solar system of you, your heart's light, your core light, your circulation, the air and wind of your breath, the steadiness, the relative steadiness of your physical form, your bones, and the weathers of energy, emotion, thought moving through. And with that, let's hop or step wide, feet parallel at first. We'll find our star pose, Tarasana. And again, really hug the earth with your feet, muscles to bones, but knees soft. Give them a little bounce. And arms out and squeeze the shoulders on the back. Lengthen through tailbone. Pull ribs in over hips, ears over shoulders, ribs and hips. Squeeze shoulders on the back. Breathe your heart bright. Again, sensing into all that aliveness and power in your body. What a blessing it is to have such a powerful, healing, dynamic form in this lifetime. Inhale as you exhale, bend the right knee and pivot the toes. Just bring the hands to the hips for a moment and see that the middle knee and middle toes are in a nice clean alignment there. You could use your right hand to press that thigh wide and really encourage middle knee, middle toes to be in an easy alignment. And then here, let's just pulse tiny little movements, like 10 to 15 degrees of that total bend. So you're just kind of playing peekaboo with your toes. They go away, and there they are, and they go away, and there they are. Very tiny movement. So you could stay just with that. If you'd like to, you could add the arms up. I like to put the palms up to roll the shoulders on the back. Hands could be higher so the shoulders descend more. And again, squeeze to center. You could play with that continued tiny bend and straighten of the front knee. Not letting the knee go forward of the ankle, but directly over it, and a little back out of that. If you'd like to, you can begin to add to that a little pull back and pull forward of the hands. The upper body is going to begin to move a lot more than the lower body. So we're keeping mindfulness of that steady mountain-like nature in the lower body and bringing a little sway of, let's say, a tree here in the upper body. And as inspired, we're going to reach back as far as you can and bring that back arm down the back leg, push in, reach that front arm up overhead, and the gaze can be towards that top hand, down at the back foot or straight forward. Really try to feel that front knee right over the ankle. Use the push into the back leg to lift the heart. And deep full breaths here. Strong feet, soft knees, strong core. Big breathful side body stretch. And keep that hug of the feet, muscles to the bones. Lift from your core and reach that top arm forward. And then elbow down onto the thigh or inside of it. Roll face chest open and lay back from the top shoulder. Stay there when you're ready. Top side body. From the anchor of that top foot, reach the fingers forward. Get side body line as long as you can. Top elbow can stay on the knee or come inside it. Keep trying to press that thigh wide and roll the right ribs, face chest to the sky. Breathe, dynamic side body long. One more breath cycle. Follow an exhale to pull that top arm up. Come up. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Look forward and deepen the groin. Reach as far forward as you can, seeing where you're reaching. And then fingertips down to shin, block or earth. And top hands in line with the shoulder and lay back from the shoulder, ears in line with the shoulders. Stay with that, or some options for the top arm. You might reach past the back foot and roll through the head and through the arm here with a soft jaw. Really get that neck shoulder release. And stay with that, or a little more options in triangle. Maybe swoop that top arm around, hold your inner thigh, and use that hold to draw top shoulder blade down the back a lot, top shoulder away from the ear. Bottom arm can still be on your leg or the floor, or maybe bottom arm reaches forward here. Inhale. As you exhale, unwind, pull up back to warrior two. Inhale. As you exhale, sweep arms through center, heels in, toes out. Cross the arms over and sink down in center. Bring the hands to the thighs above the knees, fingers pointing down. Move your seat back and your heart forward. Inhale, long spine. As you exhale, press one thigh away as you lift the navel a bit and spiral, looking over the other shoulder. Squeeze the breath out. Inhale and open center. Exhale, press and spiral, other side. Flowing with your breath. Side to side, last breath or so. Do what you need to even out on both sides. Take your time. Once you are even there, open up in center. Devyasana, sink it in. Inhale, heels out, parallel feet, arms out, back to that superstar. Squeeze to center with your feet, with the shoulders. Shine out wide from there and breathe. And repeat your yes. Feel your body's strength and aliveness. Remember how good it feels to be so alive, connected to your environment. Every day, inhale, big breath. Exhale, left knee bends and pivots. Point the toes out to the side. Again, you might bring that right hand to your hip and the left hand inside that thigh and press wide. Really find the place where middle toes are tracking, and where you bend all the way with the knee right over the ankle, the toes just barely disappear, and then you pull back just enough to see the toes. Little peekaboo with the toes, a little 10 to 15 degree bend and straighten on that front leg. Back foot is active. The muscles are lifting on that leg, but the knee is soft. It's got some bounce in it. And we'll stay with this little conditioning for our knees, reminding them of where they belong. And often when we're doing big movements, like big hikes and things, we're using all the bigger muscles. And when they get all the ground substance or the fluid in our fascia and the fluid in the knees, or everything gets very heated, they can be lax and get off centered a little bit. So we work on the smaller muscles to tone in there and support our knee. Stay with that as you like to add the arms, palms up, maybe hands a little higher, and relax the shoulders down. And as you bend forward, you might reach forward a bit. As you pull out of that, you might reach back a bit. And let that be as small as the knee bend or as big as is inspired. Strong mountain energy in the legs and fluid but strong energy like a great tree in the upper body. And it could be any kind of tree. It could be a weeping willow and get a little wilder with your movements, or more like a redwood where it's steady and strong, but there could be this dancing of the top of the tree in the winds. Dancing on the breath. Stay with that as you like. You probably feel the knee get warm if you're still doing that. And at any point, pull way, way back and then hand down that back leg. Push into the leg and lift up out of the waist. Bounce your heart up to the sky. Front knee stays deep and wide, and breathe here. Two more breaths. Big inhale, use that core strength. Lift from the arches and the pelvic floor to lift up, and then reach forward and elbow onto the thigh with the knee over the heel or down inside. Ease that wide. Roll face chest to the sky. Lay on back a bit. Anchor the outside of the back foot and really create like a laser line of energy from back foot through fingertips. Side body stretch. Two or three more breaths. Big inhale. As you exhale again, we're going to lift from arches, pelvic floor, strong core, pull up. Look forward straight in the front leg and deepen as far forward as you can, really tracking the torso in line with that leg. And then fingertips down to the earth. Top shoulder and hand are in alignment. And lay back, ears in line with the shoulder and hand. Stay there or reach that top arm past the back foot, just energetically, of course, and let your left ear drop heavy down. Soft jaw as inspired roll through the head, through the arm. Staying with that, or again, maybe come up a little bit. Swoop that right arm around. Hold your inner left thigh. So you're pushing the back of that forearm into the low back, using that press to lift the heart, using the hold of the thigh to pull that right shoulder down. And keep the head heavy, getting the stretch between bottom ear, top ear and shoulder. Stay there. Our bottom arm could reach forward. A little more core strength. That's not to put lotion on your feet before practice. Oh, decades of reminding myself that. And sometimes the feet have more say than my brain. Oh, stay as you like or when you're ready. Unwind the arms there. the whole from that top hand bend into that knee. And warrior two, inhale, exhale, sweep through center, heels in, toes out, arms cross over and open, sink down, Devyasana all the way in, hands to thighs above the knees, press thighs wide, move your seat back, inhale, and as you exhale, spiral, squeeze the breath out in the twist. Couple more each side, just let your breath lead. Take your time once you're even there, open and centered, Devyasana, sink in. Inhale, shine out, superstar. Exhale, step together, maybe clapping the hands overhead. Center. Take pause in Samastitihi or strong mountain Tadasana. Feel your strong feet, soft knees, strong core and spine, soft shoulders, soft jaw, soft tongue, soft gaze. Find a drishti, a point that's not moving, and soften your eyes to that gaze, to that gazing point. So you see that gazing point, and this is where the eyes are centered, but your focus is soft, so you can really sense the whole world around you, even as you stay focused. Goal, keep the eyes soft and the breath smooth onto this focal point, even as we challenge that with balance. Hug to midline and pour the weight into the right foot. Slide the left foot up the inseam, and when you're ready, vriksha or tree pose. Press foot and leg equal and active into one another, creating that strong trunk of your tree from that rooting and that hugging in. From that hugging in, lift the heart, soft shoulders. As inspired, grow your branches. Again, hands could be together up there or open them up and really invite the shoulders to relax as you keep lifting the heart. Soften the eyes. If this is easy, maybe you add a little more lift of heart. Maybe add a little intentional sway of the wind through your branches. Sounds of the wind, optional. Maybe you keep that squeeze to center, lift and spiral. And at first you might keep your drishti as you bring the right hand to the left thigh. And when you're ready, very slowly rotate the head and find a new drishti behind you. And take your time. In that same slow way, come back to center. Find your centered drishti. If you need to reset on the earth as you're able to, cross that ankle over the knee and flex the foot. Press the thigh bones back, move the seat back, lift the lower back up, lift the heart up, soft jaw as you sink in here. 3 toes on the left foot with blisters. One breath at a time, finding the edge. And of course, you are welcome to turn this into the arm balance, or just keep sinking the seat low and lifting the heart up to find as much space as you can there, as much smile as you can there in the hips. Follow any exhale to hug in, lift up, pick that foot up and land it and shake a leg. And move back towards finding center here. Strong feet, root down, soft knees, gather up the sky. Exhale, center and focus in with the hands, with the gaze. Smooth out the breath, soften the gaze. Hug to center, soft hung. Pour the weight into that left leg, slide the right foot up. When you're ready, Vriksha, tree, squeeze to center. Gaze is soft, tongue is soft. Breath is smooth. Follow any breath to grow your branches. Hands could hook up there or open and relax the shoulders. Keep lifting the heart. Squeeze in, really feel that strength in the legs, strong tree trunk, lift of the heart, maybe a little sway in the branches, soft eyes, and smooth breath, even as you might need some challenge here. And stay with that or squeeze to center. Again, keep the gaze at first and really lift up out of the waist and spiral, spiral, spiral. And left hand can come to that right thigh. And slowly turn the head, look back and find a new drishti. And so you can come back with this much smooth breath and calm. Of course, reset on the earth as you need. When you're ready, ankle over knee, flex strongly, sink in, thighs back, hips back, heart forward, and jaw soft. Drop in, press into the leg, move the hips back. Stay here, play with the arm balance, any variations. Or when you're done, we'll just meet in Malasana or yogic squat. Take your time getting there. Soft jaw, long spine. And then however you get there, lower your seat to the earth and come on down to sit. Let's set up for a twist. Bring that left foot outside the right hip and the right foot across outside the left thigh. You might push into the earth and wiggle hips back, try to get the pelvic bowl forward or sit up on something with the sit bones on the edge to help pour the pelvic bowl forward. Hug into that top knee and lift the spine. Really pull in, lengthen out here. Soft jaw and tongue. If you're pregnant or mooning, you could always go for an open twist here, still spiraling without the great big squeeze to the belly there. Otherwise, root down strong, lengthen up and squeeze low belly, low back together. Lift, 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 and spiral towards that front knee. You could hug in or hook, press into all points of contact, lengthen out, and exhale, squeeze to center. Deep, full breath. And 2 or 3 more breaths here. Find any variations or play here. There's nice neck shoulder stretches available in a twist. There's an arm balance there waiting. Ah. Stay as you like, or any inhale, counter twist, open up, tall spine, maybe exhale and bow in and press your hips back. Let's go a little deeper in the outer hip there. Stack the top knee up. If you just want to be with the hips here, you can have both knees stacked. Kind of inspired myself right now to extend the bottom leg, get a little more hamstrings. So do what's right for you. This is also if there's any knee pain or other discomfort. Again, we want to try to root into sit bones and pour the pelvis forward from there so that all of the initial forward folding comes from the pelvic bowl pouring forward. Hug into the top knee, lengthen the spine. You could stay there and just rest, elbow, a hand, props of any sort, bow into yourself. Or same leg, same arm on top if you'd like. Eagle arms or traditional Gomukhasana arms with that top elbow up and bent behind the head. Just find what's right for you, where you can be present for hips and shoulders or whatever part's most important to you. And hamstrings and calves. And bow into yourself. At some breathful edge where there's a little muscular hug to help lengthen spine and stabilize the seat. And then a melting around that, soft shoulders, soft neck, jaw, tongue, eyes. Letting go breaths. And tune into your meditation, your strong earth body, your spacious sky mind, and heart, and all the elements moving through you. Lost breath or two here. And follow any inhale to drape up. You could do the thing where we bring the hands to either side of the top foot and walk around, or just unwind, extend the legs out, maybe a little core moment here, holding the legs in boat, low boat, high boat, whatever edge of boat, you can keep the lower back lifted and the heart lifted in. And then opposite side. The left foot stands outside right thigh. Right heel is outside your left hip. Hug into the top knee, wiggle into your sit bones. Use the hold of that top knee to lift the heart, work the shoulder blades down. Long spine, soft jaw. Again, find the edge or level or variation of twist that's right for you. Support yourself to lift tall and then spiral open twist or towards the front leg twist. One breath at a time, find the edge as much as you can. Be sure to spiral from the lowest vertebrae up. Smooth the breath out there. Focus on your exhales. And keep the length. Don't let yourself collapse. We always want the spine to be as long as we can in our twists for safety and effectiveness. And last breath or two in the twist. I didn't cue it, but if you did on the other side, find any of those neck stretches. When you're ready, you'll unwind and counter twist. Long spine to the earth and cross the hips back. And a little deeper into the hips, maybe also into the bottom hamstrings. Find what's right for you. Seat back, pelvic bowl pouring forward. Hug into the top knee to lift the heart. Shoulder blades down. Breathful here, really try to pour the pelvis forward to move forward. There's no straining in the leg or the spine, no reaching through the head for sure. And just be with your edge here, or if you did on the other side again, add the arms. If your top leg, whatever top leg is, the top arm is the same. Hug, spiral, any variation of the arms. Hook, land, melt. Bow into yourself at some breathful edge. Keep the engagement in the feet and the core propelling the spine forward. And then melt shoulders, jaw, neck, heavy head, soft tongue, active right toes. And a few more breaths. And please stay there or unwind and take your time with the unwind. Shake out as needed or just unwind into any comfortable meditative seat. Let's just pause here before we come all the way down to the earth and again tap into that earthy, strong mountain body, this beautiful, ever changing, and finite aspect of ourselves. And notice all of the elements moving through and around this mountain. Great sky mind, wide open spaciousness into which everything arises. Breath, the wind, our infinite, divine, spacious, breathful self, pouring itself into this embodiment, moving the waters of life around this mountain, and stoking that inner fire of life. Open awareness, connected to the remembrance of your vast, spacious, infinite sky self, and into the spaciousness that you are, the arising of perception, sensation, thought, emotion, the weathers that we experience as embodied beings. Maybe take a moment here to bring the hands, thumbs together, and first fingers pointed down, all the fingers pointed down, first fingers are connected. So you're making a triangle just below your navel from the dantian, if you will, pressing in slightly and rooting down. Feel this rooting energy of your earth body, yourself stable, connected. Breath into your roots. And as inspired, maybe you pull the fingers up that center line to the navel and even pause with a finger or two in the navel there and hook up, if you will, and pull up, drawing that earth energy up, feeling your strength. And keep drawing up like you're zipping up center line of your body, drawing up the throat to the bottom lip, the bottom of the bottom lip, just below it. A little pressure there and push in, ears over shoulders. And then, if you will, from here, keep sliding the hands up and open them up. Reach the arms up to the sky. So you're making a mirror, if you will, of the mountain of the form with the arms open wide. Even you can imagine those lines of your arms going out, out, out into infinity, just opening wider and wider and wider as they go, welcoming that spaciousness, that remembrance of your infinite self through the mind, through the heart, all the way down into your root, welcoming the heavens to pour down through you. Soft shoulders, jaw, eyes, tongue. And stay with that, or slowly, slowly float the arms down, just expanding the sense of your energy field, your connection to all that is, the spaciousness all around you, and land back to earth. You could just land with your hands on the earth, rest the hands on the earth of your body, or in meditative pose with the hands, or go ahead and melt the whole body down, moving slowly to come to the earth. And of course, if you're still inspired to move, there's a whole sequence, many sequences we do on the earth, but ones that are very familiar. Otherwise, you could rest, feet together, knees wide, or feet wide, knees together. Let the arms fall open. Just let the legs fall open. Feel the wind of your breath and your body. Now the soft, fertile, verdant earth. Your body rich with the energy of turning and renewal. No matter what has happened or hasn't in the life of this body, it's constant regeneration. All this energy becoming your healing, your strength and resilience, your adaptability, your yes to life. And rest in that breathful yes, you clear channel for the energies of earth and sky. You, sky itself, dancing amongst the beauties of this earth body. This earth body blossoming, sprouting with new ideas, inspirations, love and adoration, celebration of the ever turning cycles of life, receiving, letting flow. Spacious sky mind, body as witness, receiving, letting flow. I encourage you to stay resting in Shavasana, one with the earth and sky, or in meditation, staying in that open sky awareness, simply witnessing, arising and flowing away of phenomena. Or at any point, bring awareness back to the breath and slowly begin to deepen and lengthen the breath. Invite the breath to expand and embrace the entirety of your being. Sense how that breath is coming from all directions, really from all time and space to you. This shared breath with all beings who have ever and will ever live, flowing into this earth body, delighting in this new experience. And once the breath becomes so full and you're stirred to awakening, just follow the impulses of life itself to wiggle and move and stretch, and at any point return to a new steady shape. And although we may be as expansive and unified and age old as the earth and sky itself, we are yet in this moment reborn, renewed, living this one unique moment in this body never been lived before. And this day is rich with potential and verdancy, awaiting your presence and creative inspiration. May you have joy and lightness in your heart. Wherever you go, may your smile and the light in your eyes inspire that within all beings. Maybe you hold your heart or hands at the heart. And breathe your heart's yes. What are you choosing to take with you today into the world, into all of your actions or interactions, no matter what happens or doesn't? How would you choose to show up? See it, breathe it. May it ripple out and be of benefit to all beings. May all beings be joyous and free. Exhale and empty. Inhale your heart's yes. If you will, join me one great Om to ripple our intentions out and seal our practice together. Namaste. To this great, beautiful planet and all the teachings, the beauty, the nourishment, and wisdom of nature. Thank you. Jai Bhumima. Thank you all for practicing, going on that adventure with me today. I hope to see you again soon. May your heart be light.